Okay, you guys, good afternoon. It is like 12 noon. I'm in my car. Sorry. I know I have dog hair, and all that in my car, so I don't need any comments about that. I'm fully aware of my surroundings and my environment. Okay. I got eyes. I can see what's going on, and I come into my car every day, so I know I have fur in here. My dog is in my car a lot, so it's constant cleaning and upkeeping and stuff like that. Um, I know that I hardly make videos, but it has been in my trajectory to just make this video. And really what I want to talk about today is still on the dating topic. I'm really trying to make more videos, even though I don't have like a lot of followers or subscribers. I mainly feel like it helps me put information out there, and then the people who do get to receive it, hey, you do what you want with it. You take what you want, leave the rest. But like I said, I do want to talk about dating and being unequally yoked. And I am not a religious person, so if you've seen other videos I've made, the other videos will clarify that I'm not religious. Like, I don't follow any or subscribe to any sect, religion of any kind. I am spiritual in nature. I've always believed in God since I was very young. And so I've never not believed in God. I've never been angry at God. I've never been mad at God. So I don't understand that. But when people talk to me about that, like, they bounce back and forth with God, and I'm not judging or anything like that, because hey, only people who have experienced that know. We all have our unique footprint, our unique fingerprint. We're all just so different, and we're made differently. But the whole point, before I get too off track, is when it comes to dating, like, if you're spiritual as I am, I believe in God. I have my own personal relationship with God, as always, as I always have had. I've always had a unique relationship with God. We all fall short. Everybody is imperfect. We all have setbacks, and that's just a part of being here. I do believe that earth is a devil's domain. Like, I do believe in a lot of what the Bible has to say. There's a lot of truth serum in there in the Bible, even though I'm not religious, and the Bible is actually not truly made for you to seek religion. It's made for you to have an open communication and open correspondence with God, and to give you wisdom, right? To give you a path of clarity. But I'm just gonna share some things about non-believers, or people who don't believe in God, when it comes to dating. So some things that I've noticed is I and I know other people too will attract people who don't believe in God. So, I'm heterosexual, I'm straight, and I will, for whatever reason, attract both people who believe in God, people who don't believe in God. And, I accept it for what it is, right? Like, I'm not trying to change people. I'm not trying to, like, I barely have the energy to sustain myself, nonetheless, try to influence or persuade people to have a certain belief system. Naturally, just being myself, I will talk about God around people who don't believe God, and I don't do it from a place of like power and control, because I know what that feeling feels like, and when it comes to different other topic areas. But when I do care about somebody and I do love somebody, right, because of their qualities and characteristics and whatnot, their traits, and just because we all have a heart. Well, most of us do. Most of us do have the feelings of we admire people for different aspects of them, right? You can admire somebody for their caring and compassion, and their love, their consideration and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, they don't believe in God, right? And people will make it very clear to you that they do not believe in God. Like, you, first of all, you can just ask straight up, like, just ask them, do you believe in God when you're dating? I feel like if spirituality or God or religion is a big part of your life, then that might be one of the first date, second date you might want to ask, like, get that out of the way. And not just that, but like studying people, like study and observe the person, right? Because just because they say they believe in God, or just because they say they're religious or whatever else, does not necessarily mean they're a good person, or most of who they are is good. Like, I believe we're all bad and good in one, right? Like, it's a duality. It's a polarity, it's a duality. It's like on one hand this, one hand that. And we're all like that. Like, if you notice in life, like, there's nothing that is just one way. Like, there's now the only exception to that is probably having a unique relationship with God and growing spiritually strong, right? That's right to me. But other than that, like, and God, right? God is right. But other than that, it's like everything else in life, if you like study and pay attention to life, like, there's right and wrong, but when it comes to our minds, like, our minds will influence us that no, even though that's wrong, we can make it right. And I know it sounds crazy. So, like, I'll give you an example, right? So, like, there's a homeless cat out here, or I am assuming it's homeless, right? And he's walking around right now. He's white and gray. He's walking around doing his thing, going under cars, like chilling, just strolling, right? So on one hand, I can be like, let's say I had cat food. I can be like, you know what? Let me give that cat some cat food, right? And I'll be thinking, I'm helping this cat. And then my mind can quickly be like, but wait, no, don't give that cat food, because you're like gonna enable him, right? He's a hunter, he's a gatherer. Like, let him do his thing. Let him catch his mice, his birds, like the lizards, whatever he wants to go eat. Shoot, he might even have a home, and I'm assuming he's homeless, right? He's got a bowl of Friskies and milk waiting for him at his home. You know what I'm saying? So that's a really like little like minuscule example, but like that just like on one hand one thing, but on the other hand another thing, right? There's always a duality there in anything. Like, our minds we can quickly influence ourselves in and out of something, which is super dangerous, right? Which is so dangerous at times, depending on the severity of what is going on. Okay, so when it comes to dating, I've personally, since this is my channel, I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. So I have been in 2 relationships with people who don't believe in God, and I never once failed to believe in God. But that is because I was always able to maintain my faith. I was always able to maintain a stronghold relationship with God. I was always able to not fall prey or not fall victim or not give in. And these people never once tried, how do I say, they never tried to persuade me to not believe in God. But they did deny God. They would, in order to be with me, one thing that I did notice was that they would try to fold, like, and I'm just saying fold in a positive way, not a negative. They would try to be like me in a way, like almost like tell me what I want to hear, but their my phone just fell. Their behaviors and what they would say was totally not in sync, right? And it was almost like they wanted to try, but they left it at that. It was just like a thought, and they would just do certain things just to kind of stay with me. So in a relationship, I don't care what anybody says. I mean, people get so mad when I say this. When you are in a relationship, most relationships is give and take. Okay? And I don't know why people get so upset when I talk to people about this. Like, if you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, you're dating, even if you're married, there's an exchange going on. Okay? It could be positive and of love, but nonetheless, regardless, there's resources, right? There's like resource exchange. And I hate to say it, but people give up they don't, people are blind, right? So, I mean, you're only going to see what you want to see. Everything else, you're going to have like a wool, right? Cloth over your eyes, because people just don't want to deal with the truth. And like, if you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, you all are essentially, you use each other. Like, I hate to say it, and you're using each other. Like, you might love each other for certain parts, right? But for certain aspects, but like for the most part, everything is an exchange. It's like, okay, well, you know, whether y'all speak about it or just do about it, right? So it's like, okay, I'll buy you dinner, but I want your body. Or like, I want